Good day, everyone. Thank you for joining virtual meetings today via Zoom online. So let's start. Our topic for eh, today we will discuss the topic about the case analysis of Jim Both the Inventor. Giovanni Sakote, can you please read the first part?
An analysis of Jim Boothe, Inventor. Jim is an avid bicyclist, engineer, and an excellent inventor for so many years in a large research and development lab. He had invented dozens of different products, and one of them is the 15-speed automatic derailleur, which can be conveniently connected to any bicycle. Jim believes that this innovation has considerable market potential, especially because he has seen rapid growth in the bicycle industry. This growth has been linked to Armstrong's success in the Tour de France, increased interest in physical fitness, and technical developments in the derailleur allowed for off-road travel and providing greater comfort for long-distance riding. Jim has been thinking of leaving his current company to fulfill one of his lifelong dreams, but doesn't have enough courage to do so. Yet, Jim also realizes that it will be a good time to start his own business because his children are already grown ups and can live their own. Jim feels that all he has to do is to write a business plan and send it to the bank to get the approximate $100,000 needed to get started. But his wife, Nora, is skeptical about his plans because aside from having an assertiveness of Jim's entrepreneurial knowledge and skills, she is more concerned about their financial future and commitment that will be required of Jim in the first few months of the business startup. Other than that, Jim took the second mortgage of their house as collateral, which makes Nora more uncomfortable with the situation. Despite all doubts and issues, Jim still managed to prepare a business plan that he plans to send to his banker in the next few days. The business plan contains 6 sections, particularly a one-page summary of the plan, a detailed description of his invention, forecast of growth for the bicycle market, a one-year profit and loss statement, a plan to the manufacturing and final fabrication of the derailleur and bicycle, and an appendix that contains surveys with some of his friends who own 10 speed bikes.
The problem of the case study. Number one, entrepreneurial risk. Financial risk did not have enough plan for starting to rely on and to borrow money in the bank and consider a second mortgage on their house collateral. Jim does not have financial assurance for his business long-term commitment, and he also quit his job. and its subsidiaries. Being an entrepreneur and Jim is financially independent, but his lack of experience in business can hold difficulties. He does not have enough entrepreneurial knowledge, effect, affect his decisions and strategic plans. This may cause an inability in achieving his targeted goals as he might not effectively solve uncertainties such as changes in consumer demand, competitive threat, technological advancements, and other activities in the business field. Operational management tools. Jim's expertise is focused on inventing and manufacturing a product specifically for bicycles and not on the entire business management. In this case, he might experience challenges in business procedures, which may include problems in supply chain management, defective IT systems, inaccuracy and losing of records, and other complications that may manifest unreliability and undependability.
Um,
So next is the number two,
Second, the weak support system. Jim has weak support system. His wife Nora has doubts about his decisions and disbelieves in his entrepreneurial capability. Nora is the more practical of the two, so she's very concerned about their future financial situation and long-term commitment to the business. Other than that, the second mortgage of their house makes her uncomfortable with business plan. Jim did not conduct reliable market research and only based on his hypothesis, so he cannot be sure if his invention will cater to the needs of his community. His business plan is also lacking important analysis like SWOT and competitors analysis. More reliable market data marketing strategy and passing strategy which are all necessary for new business entrants.
Next is point of view, a person or the management. This study evaluates Jim's entrepreneurial skills and aspects with regards to proper planning, risk assessment procedures, and a good support system. He has a strong belief that his inventions had the potential to keep up and compete in the bicycling industry, especially the automatic derailleur for a 15-speed bike because of its rapid growth in the industry. We believe that Jim can be a potential business owner with his years of expertise in engineering and inventing products. Yet, despite these advantages, Jim still has insufficient knowledge and expertise in the entrepreneurial field, lacking supporting from his wife, less in financial aspects, and does not have proper and reliable planning. In this situation, we observe that Jim is being a risk taker by investing something new in the market and going out of his comfort zone from being an inventor to an entrepreneur. Even with the lack of support from his wife, Jim is still assertive in achieving one of his dreams to have his own company. There will be several crucial decisions to make when beginning a new business, as well as rules and procedures that must be addressed. Understanding the risks and operational structure of the market is necessary for him to develop a solid plan and strategy and anticipate market changes and competitive threats. Business is always risky, but without knowing and controlling the risk might lead to a loss of business. Risk management involves planning, risk assessment, analysis, prioritization, implementation, monitoring, successfully preventing escalation, and dealing with uncertainties. We presume that without assessing the risks, Jim could lose an enormous amount of money. The worst scenario would be the time, cost, and effort that he invested in the project are wasted and therefore the objectives are not met. On the other hand, if Jim will plan strategically, will always look at the wider perspective and gain his wife's aid, he can meet his objectives and eventually achieve his goals. In Jim's case, we can say that starting up a business is not just about the courage, the experience to produce a certain product or service, and the monetary capital. It's the capability to think critically and the motivation to push through.
Next is areas of strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat, or SWOT, about the point of view. Strengths. Being an inventor and an engineer who created dozens of units and with 25 years of experience in a large research and development laboratory, Jim has all the knowledge and expertise in his product. He can guarantee quality, efficiency, and effectiveness. Next is Jim is very assertive and has a strong will in achieving his lifelong dreams. His children are grown ups who can take care of themselves, so he has the perfect timing in fulfilling his plans.
Another resource is the start does not have financial. It does not have enough money for capital, which leads to mortgages and other debts in debt. Also, he cannot guarantee the amount of money he intends to borrow from the institution because its approval will depend on his business plan. Another is Jim has weak moral and family support. His wife Nora has doubts about his decisions and believes in his entrepreneurial ability. Jim does not have the support he needed from his wife, which is supposed to be his motivation to push through. Even if even if Jim has expertise in inventing and constructing his end product, he still doesn't have enough knowledge in entrepreneurship. His lack of experience in business management can be his great weakness. Another is poor business planning is one of Jim's weaknesses. He has an inadequate business plan with unreliable kit and competitive research, lack of other necessary analysis, and business procedure. Next.
Next, the opportunities. Jim Booth is a bicyclist for many years and very much aware of the trends in the industry. His invention is an improved one and is related to Lance Armstrong's success in the Tour de France. The bicycling membership also has doubled in the past 2 years, and to his knowledge is consistent with the trend. Jim's automatic derailleur is new in the market, which will be his competitive advantage. His future inventions and innovations has considerable market potential, especially other companies or personalities that might invest in his business because of Jim's remarkable inventions.
Next is threats. Changing market trends, competitors from well-known industries, and other existing firms. In this case, the threat is about the branding. As a new business entrant, it is not easy to create a strong brand identity in the market. Third is risk and uncertainties that are difficult to manage because of Jim's lack of experience and knowledge. This includes conflicts in business procedures such as problems in supply chain management, defective IT systems, inaccuracy and losing of records, and other complications that may manifest unreliability and undependability. Next is since Jim does not have enough money for capital as well as backup finances for turndowns, he might experience difficulties in capital demand, especially his aim. And lastly, substitute products that might affect the business, profitability, and pricing strategies.
Next is conclusion. Based on the findings of this study, the following conclusions are drawn. First, Jim Booth shows outstanding skills as an inventor but lacks the characteristic of an entrepreneur. He can build new products that are promising in the market, yet he wasn't capable of building a business that could bring these inventions to scale. Second, Jim Booth's invention has a lot of potential in the market, especially in the bicycle industry. This invention can catch the interest of the customers. Third, Jim Booth shows poor risk management skills. Not assessing the risk can lead to failure and loss. Fourth, a business a poor business plan, insufficient in finance, and a weak support system will be the downfall of Booth's business. And last, the SWOT analysis shows that Booth has competitive threats in terms of competitors, customers' perceptions and needs, and risk and uncertainties.
About recommendations. Number one, we encourage document all the available funding options and not only rely on the bank. It is it is to protect him, his family, him. It is to protect him and his family from unexpected downturns and future financial problems. It is also important that he diversify his finances to reduce the risk of financial annihilation. Other than that, we recommend that Jim carry a proper amount of insurance that will safeguard him from possible losses he cannot afford to replace.
Next, since Jim is not an entrepreneurial type of person, we proceed Jim to seek more extensive knowledge related to business and risk assessment to strengthen his idea and improve his strategies. We also recommend that he hire a professional business consultant to have some time enhancing his business plan, for him to have a precise and accurate outcome. Furthermore, comprehensive research could help Jim to gain entrepreneurial-related qualifications and learn new skills to create effective and efficient strategies. Next, we recommend that Jim find or hire trusted and expert people that will help him manage his startup business. This person or people must be cognizant and cultured enough to ensure the business in terms of operation management, supply chain management, marketing, information technology, and other critical aspects of the business that Jim has limited knowledge about.
Next is starting a business needs a lot of support to succeed, whether it is financial, operational, or emotional. One of the most important sources of that support comes from their family members and friends. We suggest that Jim would listen to what Nora has been telling, even if it is contrary to what he wants to accomplish. He needs to understand Nora's side and explain his part and the purpose of his plan as well. Jim should not enforce his plans without Nora's full approval as respect to his wife and as a family. We recommend that Jim should take time to prove his best grounds to his wife and gain her support. If Jim made her wife believe in him despite initial doubts, he can assure his wife support no matter what, and his family will be his greatest motivation to do his best.
Third, in establishing a new business, Jim must give value to give business planning. His business plan should not only be for the bank compliance, but for all the important information and schemes that he needs. We suggest that Jim complete his business plan by adding the missing parts such as accomplish financial flow, marketing strategies, pricing strategies, five forces analysis, competitive rivals, potential new entrants, power of supplier, power of customers, and the threat of substitute products, SWOT analysis, risk assessment procedures, and conduct more reliable market research. Jim must create and implement a strategic plan first because it is vital to the long-term management of a profitable business. As well, established business plan is essential in every business, whether big or small. And that's all for this case. Thank you.